Hello guys, welcome once again to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking. In today's video, we are going to be discussing about what? Studying in Malaysia. Is it worth it? Okay. Is it worth it to study in Malaysia? As you know, I have actually done my master's in Malaysia and I'm currently doing my PhD in Malaysia. So I think I have some experience and I will be sharing my experience personally in another video, but this one is general, okay? Is it worth it studying in Malaysia? What are the things you need to know? What are the criteria, the basic criteria, etc. Okay, so stay tuned. If you are new, this is a happy family. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do vlogs and we're also doing some educational educative series as well. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now let's go straight into the video right away. Okay guys, so the first thing you need to know about Malaysia is actually that it is a Southeast Asian country, okay? And Malaysia comprises of three major ethnicities: the Malay, the Chinese, and the Indian, okay? And they all live together in harmony, in peace. It's really a beautiful country, if I must say, and it's a good choice for education. I came here, okay, so I can give you some little tips, but this video is not about my experience. It's about me sharing with you what you need to know if you want to study in Malaysia. So the first question is, which level of study are you coming for in Malaysia? Are you coming for undergraduate, that is bachelor's? Are you coming for postgraduate? Okay, whatever are you coming for. In postgraduate also you have masters, you have PhD. So it depends on what exactly you are coming for in Malaysia. Then that will also try to determine, okay, the choice of your institution and other factors you may want to consider. Number two, coming to Malaysia, there are institutions, a lot of institutions in Malaysia, so many of them, okay, very good ones that you may not even know about. Maybe the ones you know are the big ones, which are very good as well. But if peradventure you did not get admission into those big ones, then you don't need to give up, you understand? You can actually apply to some of these other developing universities in Malaysia, which are good. The major thing is that the university should be registered, okay? It should be accredited. If the university is accredited to a large level, then it's a good choice for you, I can say, okay? And many of the universities in Malaysia, they're actually accredited and they have high standard. You see, the thing in Malaysia is that whether it's private or public, that's another thing I want to ask you, right? Or you want to ask me, which one is the best? Is it the public university or the private university? So my answer to that question is that both public and private universities in Malaysia actually have almost the same standard. The only difference is that the public university, maybe to some extent, they are more established, okay? In fact, unlike in some other countries, public universities in Malaysia are actually very neat and up to standard. Very beautiful, very standard, you know, because the government actually pumps in a reasonable amount of money to those public universities, which we refer to as federal universities, for example, in Nigeria, okay? So the public universities here are very standard. Like University Malaya that you all might have heard about, because that is like the best university in Malaysia, University Malaya. It's a public university, okay? You talk of UPM, it's a public university, but those schools have large sparse of land, good, what do you call it, facilities, and, you know, very conducive learning space. So this is the good thing about Malaysia, like I said. Then you go to the private universities here, they are also very great and almost the same standard. So I think it doesn't really matter. Maybe it matters to some extent. If you want to go for reputation or you want to go for name, then yeah, you may be thinking of maybe some of these big universities like University Malaya, UPM, and all that. But there are also private universities in Malaysia like Taylor's University, University Kuala Lumpur, and many others that are actually having good ranking, okay, even in the world ranking. Depends on the kind of world ranking for universities. There are many of them, okay? So many of them are actually in high ranking because they have the good environment, they have the facilities, both practical, mental, and everything, okay? They have good health facilities as well, practical facilities. For example, if you're coming for, let's say, medicine, the medicine here is really good, okay? Like the medical study in Malaysia, but I think it's a little bit expensive, okay? I don't know if it's cheaper compared to some other places, but yeah, it's one of the most expensive courses in Malaysia, okay? But it's worth the expense, okay? It's worth the cost. So yeah, that's one thing you need to know. with regards to coming to study here. Then number two, for the fees, the fee.
Hey, my friend, come and explore with Bolu. I love you.
So I was talking about the cost, okay, the cost of study, yeah, in Malaysia. So it depends also, it varies. Let me just say for bachelor's degree, you can actually spend an average of maybe, let's say $20,000, $20,000. You know, bachelor, you're going to do more things and then you go to classes, more of tuition basically. And tuition is not cheap, definitely. So yeah, let's just say an average of $20,000 in most of the universities, okay? At least for University Malaya, for some of the major courses, you're going to spend around that amount. Calculate it into ringgit, then you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Sorry, I'll be looking at my phone just to give you the correct figure. So for example, let's use the Premier University as an example, okay? I know other universities will be cheaper, but let's say University Malaya, that's where I did my master's program. So let's pick some of the very hot courses. For example, Bachelor of Electrical Engineering is for 4 years. For the old program, you're going to spend around $21,500, okay, for that. Your school fees. Then Bachelor of Medicine, that one is the, you understand? You're going to spend around $167,000 or $160,000 basically. An average of $160,000 for Bachelor of Medicine or Bachelor of Surgery, okay, in Malaysia. So let me know, is it cheaper, or how much is it in some other part of the world like UK? I know UK is in pounds. You're talking of a lot of thousands of pounds. So I think Malaysia will still be a little bit cheaper for medicine than UK. I'm not so sure, but let me know in the comment section below, because I did not do a relative comparison in this video. Now for Bachelor of Accounting for 4 years, you're going to spend $19,200 in University Malaya. So just have an idea of this. Let's say for computer science, for 3.5 years, you're going to spend $15,800, okay? But in some other universities, it's very cheap. Like, for example, the same Bachelor of Medicine that you spend $160,000 in University Malaya, in University Science Malaysia, it's also a public university, you're going to spend around $137,500 for your complete Bachelor of Medicine in Malaysia, in University Science Malaysia. Then for some other universities, far cheaper. Yeah, so it depends. Like I said, your choice will determine what you're going to spend from your pocket, okay, in Malaysia. But generally, the prices are quite affordable compared to some of all these other developed nations. For example, the US. I know that there are schools in US that are actually somehow cheaper, but you know, when you compare the quality of life, what you're going to spend there, like we explained in the last video, then you are going to see that it's actually worth it coming to study in Malaysia somehow, because for example, the expenses and all that, you're not going to spend so much like that. But if you have a scholarship, then that is the best. Yes, talking about scholarships, there are scholarships in Malaysia. You just need to know the right plug, okay, the right source, like where can you get the scholarship and all that. It's not like prevalent like in some other places, but there are scholarships. Yes, there are scholarships. For example, I've been seeing a couple of scholarship advertisements from Taylor University, which is a private university in Malaysia. Some of them, they are offering like maybe tuition waiver, maybe 50%. They are also offering like, let's say, maybe some research grants and all that. I think the best way to get scholarship in Malaysia, if you are coming for postgraduate, is by research grants, okay? Before I go to the scholarship issue, let me come back to the tuition fee for postgraduate, because I know I just mentioned for undergraduates, that's the bachelor program. For postgraduates, let's say for master's program, for me in University of Malaya, I think I spent an average of, let's see, in ringgit for my own program. They have increased the fees now, University of Malaya, but then I spent around an average of 40-something thousand ringgit, okay, which is just divided by 4. That's around maybe 16,000. Let's just say $16,000, right? 40-something divided by 4. If you divide that by 4, let's just say 4.2, that would be around maybe $10,000 or $12,000. Yeah, that's what I spent for my master's program. Then for the PhD in University Malaya, I'm using University Malaya because it's the premier university here, but others are cheaper. Okay, for PhD in University Malaya, you will spend like, currently in computer science, you will spend around 50-something thousand ringgit, which is an average of, if you calculate 50 divided by 4, 60 divided by 4 is 15, right? So 50 divided by 4, that's around maybe $12,000 or $14,000. Okay, I'll put it on the screen for you in dollars. So just compare and see, like for the whole program, for the entire program, for the PhD, okay? Then, for example, in University Kuala Lumpur, where I am currently, the PhD fee there is quite cheaper, okay? And then you may have opportunity to get like research grants or other things. University Malaya too, you can get research grants if you are really privileged, okay? Because the research grant definitely may have limitations, okay? That's just the truth. I need to tell you, but if you are very good, you can get. And if your supervisor has like international grants, as an international student, you can get, okay? But if you're a local watching me, yes, there are a lot of grants for you, okay? In some of these universities, especially University Malaya, you will actually get a lot of grants if you want to study there, okay? Then University Kuala Lumpur, some of the universities actually, like the private universities, some of them are open like to both foreign and local. Like, for example, all these scholarships I'm telling you, like maybe in Taylor's University, in University Kuala Lumpur, and these are the ones I know, maybe some other more. The scholarships are actually for everybody. So it's based on merit, okay? So if you have, let's say, you have a good score or you have good research skills, okay, supervisor knows that you're doing very well, you guys can apply for a grant. Currently, I'm working on some as well. I hope I will get it, okay? Then there are also external grants, okay? You can also apply for, and if you get it, good and fine, then you don't need to pay any money for school fees or they will even refund you. You guys should pray for me because I'm also expecting a grant. Okay, so hopefully if I get a grant, then I'll come and share with you guys how I got it and all that. I'll just keep the information brief there because I've not gotten it yet. So pray for me that if I get that grant, it's an international grant. If I get it, then I will explain to you guys so that you can also be exposed on how you can get some of these grants. Like I said, this channel will want to also be introducing educational stuffs now. We'll still be doing our vlogs, going out, reviewing Malaysian food, reviewing Malaysian cities. But for now, I want us to bring in some educational aspect because I noticed that you people watch my talk videos longer than the vlogs. Yeah. So let's see. Let me try to give you some value as well, apart from just the vlogs I usually do. So now that you have an idea of how much, okay, I've not told you for University Kuala Lumpur. The first year in University Kuala Lumpur, I've just done 1 year now. My first year in University Kuala Lumpur, I paid around almost 12,000 ringgit. 12 divided by 4, that's like, let's say 3,000 something dollars. Okay, my first year. You see the difference is quite large. Like I saved a lot of money. I got admission in University Malaya as well, but I couldn't continue there because the fee was quite high for me and I did not get scholarship at that time. Okay, maybe if I had struggled and started, maybe I would get the scholarship because maybe, but I didn't want to take the risk. Okay, you are in a foreign land, of course, you have to be very wise. So I didn't want to take the risk. I decided to go for University Kuala Lumpur, which was more affordable to me. So you have a lot of choices. You can decide which one you want to go based on what is in your pocket. But for the issue of quality, I want to tell you that all the universities actually are very good. If it is Malaysia, most of the universities, the ones that are very registered, the legal ones, they are really, really good in their educational standard. I will give you a more detailed video in my next video on my personal experiences with regards to what studying in Malaysia, at least for my master's program, and what I'm experiencing right now in my PhD. If you want that experience of mine, please comment down below. And other stories you want me to share about my experience in Malaysia or other things in general, comment down below. And yeah, I hope I've helped you with regards to choosing Malaysia as your place of study. It's a good place. I did not regret studying in Malaysia. At least I've done like my master's program in Malaysia. It was really, really good. I had a good relationship with my supervisors. I had a good relationship with my colleagues, okay? You know, my Malaysian friends, my international friends. And then in Malaysia, you will see many people, okay? Like there are internationals here, there are locals here, there are people from all over the world, okay? Diversity, basically. Just as Malaysia itself is a diversified country, okay? They have the Malay, they have the Chinese, they have the Indian. So the same thing, in the educational system, you're going to see this diversity, okay, of people from all over the world. And I think it's something very beautiful to behold. Apart from your studies, you can gain such kind of values as well in Malaysia. Study facilities in Malaysia is quite okay and very standard compared to some places that I know. The study facilities here is really, really good. And this does not matter whether it is public university or private university. It is absolutely, absolutely the same thing. I can tell you that. Yeah. It's absolutely the same thing. So you have no problem if it's about the quality of education, the quality of facilities. They have sporting, sporting facilities in almost all the universities in Malaysia. They have good library systems. You know, what again do they have? They have good learning space. You understand? Good learning space. They even have gym. Can you imagine? Apart from just the normal sports, they have gym centers. Like in my universities, that the ones I know so far, and the ones I've visited. I visited one university in Johor when I traveled to Johor, and it was really good. I think that's like their one of the big universities in Johor, UITM, right? I don't know, I forgot, but it was a very good place and so big. The campuses here are very big, especially the public universities. Like you have a lot of space. You understand? You can do so many things. They even have the swimming places where you can actually swim in the riverside and all that. There are a lot of things you can do in Malaysia's universities. Okay, it's not just for learning. You have a standard life or a standard quality of life in your campuses. They also have hostels. I will do a video also to tell you guys which one is best for accommodation. If I will advise you to stay in the hostel or stay off campus, I'll try to do a little research on that, the costs, and then I'll come and tell you in another video. If you like all this series, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll prepare nice videos for you guys. Also, if you want us to be talking about life generally, apart from just Malaysia issues, let me know. I want to rebrand the channel, so let me know what you would love to see on my channel from now henceforth, and I'll be bringing it your doorstep. Anyways, you are welcome to study in Malaysia. Nice place. If you want scholarships in Malaysia, you can check. Just make sure you are not scammed, okay? Because there are scammers everywhere. So you have to be very careful when looking for all those things. If anybody is telling you, oh, pay this money before you do this, then that's a red light. You understand? That's a big red light, okay? So definitely you need to apply through the university first. Check if the university have scholarships from their website. If they have, apply directly from there. If it's external scholarship, then look for external scholarships. And there's this scholarship website, I think scholarship 365 or something, .info. I will check the link and give you. They give updates of scholarships there. If you want to look for scholarships, you can actually look for scholarships on that website. I'm going to check it and give you on the screen so that you can check it out, and many other verified ones that give you updates. Of course, it doesn't guarantee that you get the scholarship, but of course, you can try your best, okay? There is no crime, there's no harm in trying, and I hope you have your great desires. For many of you that chat me up, you want to come to Malaysia, it's a very good place, a beautiful place. I'm welcoming you to Malaysia, okay? If you are in Malaysia, just let me know, and then I can actually create an hangout with you guys, okay? And I'm so glad. I didn't know that my channel can actually inspire some of you that are watching me from all over the world. I have people that are watching from Pakistan, I have people that are watching from Africa, I have people that are watching from Indonesia, different parts of the world, basically, even UK, you know. And then some of you are like, okay, you want to come to Malaysia, you are welcome. It is a good choice, okay? It is a good choice. And if you want to know about the quality of life, check my last video. I talked about the quality of life in Malaysia. And in my next video, I'm going to be talking about my own personal experiences as a student in Malaysia. I hope these videos help you guys. And don't worry, for those of you that love me eating nasi lemak, nasi goreng, and all those wonderful delicacy kukus, nasi kukus, I will start going back to review some of these great Malaysian foods for you guys, and we'll balance the content. Anyways, for now, I have to stop. I don't want the video to be too long. Thank you so much for watching. Be positive, be simple, be sincere. Don't let anybody steal your joy at all. Much love, and God bless you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.